we're talking about gold and um, as it reaches the all-time high every time. So what does this mean for investors like us and the economy? Well, we will explore the driving factor behind the surge, the historical context, and if you consider of adding gold to your portfolio, I think you should watch this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a comment behind this video. Tell me what you think about gold too. So the big question out there is gold going to $6,000 before 2026? That's what everybody's saying. And some are saying gold is going to dip really, really hard. So to the extent some even tweeted that even the amblers crashed. You understand? So so if you think, for me personally, if you think of buying gold right now, I think it's a very good idea. Yeah, despite the all-time high it has been creating, I think it's a very good idea to buy gold right now. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why you should buy gold right now. Because right now, first of all, following the trend, the market is still bullish. Yeah, if you can see my charts, you see the market is still bullish, first of all, and we always follow the trend. And one thing I've noticed about the market right now is buy the fear and sell the fear and buy, no, I think it's buy the fear and sell at premium. It's buy discount and sell at premium. Right now, the market is at the discount level, despite it buying, it's still at the discount level. You know why? Because central banks just entered the chart. Bro, central banks are now the big players of gold. For I think for a long while, a lot of banks and private institutions have been ignoring gold. Everybody just dollar, 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 stock, stock, stock. It's easy for one place to just say buy this stock, so time it's going to be at so level, and a lot of stock really actually came true for a lot of people. But right now, it's good. A lot of traders are buying gold. Gold has hit all-time high about 48 times this year. Not just that, gold already run about 60% already this year. 60% to 65% already. It has surpasses Bitcoin by far just this year alone, and the year hasn't come to an end yet. So there's still a lot happening in gold. And for the big players to come into the chart like this, that tells you that, oh, gold is going to another level. Like this is just the beginning of what is happening in gold, of what is going to happen in gold. Now let me tell you why the central banks are buying Bitcoin right now. Sorry, gold right now. Why the central banks are buying gold right now. So I'm going to tell you why. First is the edge against inflation. Yeah, it's the edge against inflation. In times of rising inflation, many central banks purchases gold as safeguard. Gold is often seen as a stable store of value that can protect purchasing power when flat currency lose values. So one of the flat currency that is really valuable right now is the US dollar. Why? Because the US government shutting down. The US government shutting down is making a lot of central banks to realize, oh, we have been relying on the US dollar for quite a long time now. I think we should have something else to rely on. We should have a safeguard. We should have a safe haven. And gold right now is the number two safe haven in the world. So and gold is just doing well. I'm like, oh, and they'll be like, oh, gold could actually be the answer to our problems. Could actually be the answer to what we have been looking for, the safe haven after dollar. Like, wow, all right, gold can actually do it. And other private institutions be like, oh, gold can come into the chart. Okay, gold has been doing well since this year. I'm like, oh, gold can actually come to the chart. Right now, a lot of institution advertising goods to their investors at New York right now, investing advertising goods to their investors that they can add good to their portfolio. You understand? So that alone drives the market, and all these are what's going to drive the market like it's gonna pump the market really, really, really hard. And I bet we're going to see that $6,000 on gold at least mid next year. Yeah, at least mid next year, gold should be about $6,000. Yeah, if not more than, because there's a lot of volatility right now. There's a lot of people rush. There's a rush right now in gold. So second, I think the second example is the diversification of reserve. Diversification of reserve. Central banks typically hold a mix of assets, including foreign assets, government bonds, and gold. Increasing gold reserves helps diversify their portfolios, reducing risk associated with currency fluctuation and geopolitical uncertainty. Those geopolitical uncertainty are what is happening in the government, the same thing goes back to government shutting down. Those are the things happening. Congress had to shut down because of both parties, and all these things are political issue, political uncertainty, and nobody knows what is happening. Nobody knows when the US government is going to come back to power. So that already has already sparked some certain uncertainty in other central banks, and they have to hold meetings and they'll be like, oh, we really need to have another place. We need to have a safe haven, and gold is in the picture. Gold is just in the background, be like, oh, gold is doing well. Oh, okay. Gold can actually be the answer. Okay, let's see how it goes. Let's buy gold. That's what a lot of them is doing right now. Economic uncertainty, number three example why central banks are buying gold. With global economy instability, including the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, the geopolitical tension and supply chain disruption, central banks are turning to gold as safe haven assets. This is especially true in uncertainty times when confidence in traditional financial system may waver. That's what is happening right now. The Feds can't even cut rates because of the government shutting down. They have to hold their meetings, and I think that meeting is going to be very terrible because I've said it again before. I'm saying it again. It's going to be really terrible for the Fed chairman to analyze what's happening because the government shutting down affects a lot of things. It really affects a lot of things, and I really hope they open quickly. Yeah, because it's going to also balance some certain things for a lot of traders out there. Now, number four example why the government is also buying gold is low interest rates. With many countries maintaining low or negative interest rates, the opportunity cost of holding gold decrease. Unlike interest-bearing asset, gold does not yield interest. It does not yield interest, but in a low rate environment, the trade-off becomes more favorable for everyone. So if you think of buying gold right now, it's a very, very good idea. I advise you to buy as much gold as you can right now. For me, I don't know how to hold precious metals like this. I prefer to hold cryptos than to hold precious metals. But I also have other ways of trading gold because I can't just be and let gold go on. I have to trade gold. I like gold so much. It's a very, very good asset. Yeah, I've been trading gold like very well since this year, early this year. Yeah. So, number five example why other central banks are buying gold. Demand for monetary sovereignty. Some countries are looking in increase their gold reserve to reduce dependency on the US dollar and strengthen their monetary sovereignty. This is particularly relevant for nations seeking to enhance their economic stability and global influence. Is what I'm talking about. That dependency on the US dollar is changing. There's a new phase, there's a new structure coming on board right now. There's a new reality coming on board right now. I think for trading, there's a new phase right now happening. And this is just the beginning of it. That's why it's still very okay for you to buy. This is just the beginning of all the beautiful things that is happening right now. Despite the other terrible things that happen in other countries, but this is also a beautiful thing. This is also a beautiful thing for traders this year. I think this has been one of the beautiful year for traders this year, for traders so far. For me, since when I've been trading, since when I've been analyzing, backtesting, and all that, I think this is one of the beautiful year I've experienced as a trader because gold and Bitcoin actually did a lot this year, but gold is actually the number one this year. Yeah. So the sixth example why. central banks are buying gold. Long-term investment strategy. Central banks often take a long-term view on their reserve. Gold has historically retained its value over time, making it reliable asset for central banks looking to secure their financial future. So everyone is securing their financial future. They don't know what is happening right now. So due to the uncertainty, gold has become the number two safe haven. The number two safe haven. In fact, it's surpassing the US dollar and it's going to become the number one safe haven in the world very soon. Who knows? So we could also quickly run a top-down analysis to see what's happening. As you can see on my chart right here, you can see on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we're on a bullish trend, a very clear, massive bullish trend. So let's go down to the 1-hour time frame. I like to go internal structure. So I see what's happening very well. So as you can see here, the market is selling at the all-time high. You can see it created a resistance level. Let me back test this. See how the market hits all-time high. There was a pull to the downside. Then maybe retesting a level at the lower time frame, maybe 15 minutes time frame. There'll be a support level here that it retested that made it buy to the level to the upside back. Then hit that resistance level, then it started selling. And it started selling massively. So is this the beginning of the bearish trend or you're still continuing on our bullish trend? So let's analyze this together. Let's see. First of all, we can see we identify where the market is selling from the all-time high. We can see $4,378. It's selling from that place. That's the all-time. That's the most recent all-time high. And you can see the market is already break structure several times. Low, high, low, probably high, then low to the downside again. So this could happen. And if you look to the left side, the market is also buying from a demand level that it had retested. From a support level, it's already retested, so it becomes a demand. So so price is buying back from a support level, which is demand. And if you look now, it's already created order block. There's an order block. Now, that's a bullish order block. So let's go to the 15 minutes time frame. Let's see if we can see any pattern. If you look on the 15 minutes time frame, you can see a head and shoulder. That's a very strong reversal pattern. Head and shoulder pattern. Let's write that down. Bullish head and shoulder. So this is a bullish head and shoulder right now. You can see the pattern on the 15 minutes time frame. One is not just doing that on any level, is doing it on a demand level. Now when price first of all, that's a very strong reversal pattern. So that will tell you that this sell is already ending. This is a very clear change of character. Change of character has already occurred. And what we just need to see here is a clear break of structure to the upside and retest the level, then we can join. So if you see now, you see that price deep to the downside, deep to the downside, high, low, low. Then price was supposed to create a lower high to form another lower low. Then instead, price failed to create that lower high to form lower low. Instead, it created initial high. Then it created higher high, higher low. Then we go into the upside, break to the upside high. Then want to see something retest at this level, higher low, then to the upside, higher high. That's what we want to see. This is what we want to see here. This is clearly what we want to see at this level. Then we'll buy at this very level. Yeah, we should be buying at this level. Buy at 246. So we will buy at this level after the break, after the clear break to the upside. So for me, this market's already changed phase. We can see a very strong reversal pattern, head and shoulder to the upside. We already confirmed that on the 50 minutes time frame. And it's not just doing that, it's doing that from a demand level, 50 minutes demand level. So that's a very strong reversal pattern from a demand level, and it's definitely going to break. And the price already break structure. If you look where price closed for the week, price already break structure. You could see a green candlestick to the upside. That's a clear break of structure already. So we want to see something like this. We want to see something to the upside. If it tells this level, then boom to the up. We're back to the bullish trend. We're back to our buying. So we should be buying at this level. Definitely be buying at this level, go to the upside to the next resistance. Simple. Then our else should be at the recent support, and this is the recent support in this market. So that place should be our else. Yeah, the very clear structure, a very clear game. So this is it for gold. This is it for gold. Gold is still buying. If you're a short-term trader, this is a very easy and nice trade you should take. If you're a short-term trader, this is a very nice trade. You should take this. You should set your limit already for this trade, because this trade is a very nice. This is a very nice setup. You hardly see setups like this, a very clear and sweet setup like this. This is a very nice setup. So if if you trade gold, you should definitely take this trade. This trade is gonna last, and it might even get back to this all-time high or even break this all-time high. Who knows? So so that's it for gold, and stay tuned for next week updates. I'll be dropping new updates on what's happening out there.